Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene, as we'll see the national champions from last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. One of the benefits of conference expansion gives us new rivalries, and maybe we see one of the better ones budding between Oregon and Ohio State. Ducks got the better of it in the regular season. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, you love hearing the crowd. But more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
Looking downfield on first down. Rush is on him. That's caught. It's Thurman. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. He'll try to do it himself. Across the 15. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first.
Throws toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Try to get it to the edge. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Buckeyes come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. He'll keep it himself. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same page. Nice job.
Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon. You got to find him in the passing.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll run it out of the shotgun. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Fires into traffic, picked off. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. To the air, it's Sayin. Just ran over it. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31. To the air on 1st down. Tight end finds a soft spot.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate, easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Powers through the defender. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Gets the back moving. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. Stop is made at the 8, but it'll be enough to set up a 1st and goal.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Motion from the wide receiver. Off play action on first down. Fires to the end zone. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. Gonna run it. It's Peoples. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Moore to the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
That's a really nice throw. And you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you. This is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. He wants to go deep. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's another play for this offense that you're just left wanting more. Both these offenses, man, nobody's scoring any points. Palmer trying to execute a 2-minute drill, throwing the ball to the other team. That's not part of the 2-minute drill.
And I think we got to give the defenses credit because they have been dominant and physical, and they're creating takeaways. I know the offense has been sloppy, but on the other side of the ball, man, we are seeing two really good defenses go at it today.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
They'll leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's fourth down. Hunt is on its way. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Nothing too exotic about that blitz right there. That's just the middle linebacker coming right up the middle of the field in the teeth of that offensive lineman. Nobody accounted for him, and he gets home.
Finds his big tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Fakes the grab. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Shoots it to the left. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. He's got it. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. Now on second down. Defense not showing press coverage. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And as he throws, pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He's going to fire deep. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense. You're late in the first half. They're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Moore will throw. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Got a man. It's low. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hughes. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking. And
oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Got some room to run. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Ohio State. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Well, it's been a defensive war this entire game, and you're wondering who can break through. Give this offense a lot of credit. It has not been easy, but they've been physical. They did a really nice job, I think, with play calling there and setting things up. And finally, someone is able to get on the board.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Throws to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a play! Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who is the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Give to the single back. Hard running there. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Fires to the big fella. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own 30. And they can't connect a costly turnover on downs.
Man, defensively, this is beautiful. You want them to be aggressive. You got to continue to get stops. You got the lead. Now you give the ball back to your offense again with a chance to salt this away here in the second half.
Looking for room. It's Peoples. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
On first down from the 13-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to scramble. He'll get down to avoid the hit, but he might not be able to avoid this penalty flag. Way too much grabbing and tugging there. The offense will take advantage of the penalty. The Buckeyes will try to punch it in on first and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
A nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on first and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the good tackle, forcing second down and goal.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
It's third and goal and third and long. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Touchdown, Ohio State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Here's the pressure. He's got it down the right side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some him on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. And it is flat, missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Might be calling a hot route. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Georgia Southern will kick it off to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And, David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him. But, Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing we've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? And so whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early, get his confidence going. Because once that happens, he's very, very good.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Tyson. Turns it on in midfield. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Used the play fake. Now to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. Finds a spot in the middle. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. He'll set up to throw. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's got it on the run. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll try to pass their way in. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Trying to surge it in. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. So the Georgia Southern Eagles offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
Georgia Southern in a hurry. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and look for room. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Sweep cut there. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. They'll run the screen. Turning it on! They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Quarterback making checks. He's looking to pass. Wide out trying to get it in. And it'll be a touchdown.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Scanning the field, it's Best. The throw. Caught over the middle, it's Gregory. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Gregory. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Eagles racing to the line in a hurry up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage. Ready.
It's a seam wide open. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Eagles are flying down the field. Looking for space. It's Bradley. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Caught in the backfield, it's Ware. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. The give to the tailback. Got some room in it to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. The home team is just destroying the competition today, and at this rate, I'm not sure it won't get worse. The away team has done nothing to stop this offense. This is ugly today. They're up 14 over Illinois.
Off the play fake on first down to throw.
We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Fires to the middle. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Fires to the big fella. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Going to look downfield again. Catch in the middle. It's Gunderson. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Past the first down marker and still running. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
From the gun to give, looking for room. At the 45 on its way. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game because that hit is what caused that fumble.
He'll start this drive firing. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And still a few inches short of the sticks as they come to the line for second down. Looking to fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. After the incompletion on second down, it's third and inches. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Pressure coming. Going for the big play. Into the end zone for a touchdown.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up, and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Gives it on the option. Runs through the tackle. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Dropping back, it's Best. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Slips through the line, and the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Bring in the heat. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williamson. Finds a crease at the 20. Steps into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And he's going to try to return this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Norfolk. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Ballard Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. This drive will open from the 15. Snags it quickly on the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
Now on first down from the 28.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Eagles come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He has the first and still on his feet. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot
going for it all. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. Stopped at the 13-yard line. The return after the interception has them in business. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well, and they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
Wants to go up top on first down. Buys a little extra time. Rolling on the run. Makes the catch down the right side. Lots of room to run. And the ball squirted out. And the ball bounces out of bounds in the end zone. It is a turnover and a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Pulled and finds his man on the left. There he goes. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Clock ticks under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. He'll pull it on the read. Makes his man miss. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And the Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Looking to throw its best. Safe completion on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Wants to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. Fires the pass, intercepted. After making the interception, he sets up his offense by running it back to the 39. There are few things that can impact the game more. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.